Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
PD Beats here from Popternative, speaking to Colton Gobbo about Son of a Critch, which is available now on CBC and CBC Gem. Welcome to the show, man. It's good to see you.
Hey, good to see you. Thank you so much for having me, sir. It's a pleasure to be here.
What's it like working on a show and then kind of playing the waiting game a little bit, and you're excited about a lot of these projects, and then it's finally out? Like, I say, hate you that the show's starting to kind of air on CBC now.
It's it feels it's wild because we only finished filming in October. We finished up our last couple days.
Yep.
So most of the time you got to wait like months and months. I know we were just talking about Ginny Georgia. We finished that in 2019 and it didn't come out till 2021. Mm-hmm. But Son of a Critch, it was amazing because we wrapped and then it seemed like in the blink of an eye, oh my gosh, it's coming out. It's here.
Is your mindset that you're used to that though sometimes, where you go in, you do the work, and then sometimes you do have to maybe play the waiting game and you're not sure and everything? Like, do you expect that?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. The best phrase I can think of for this industry, and I hear it time and time again, is hurry up and wait. Whether that's while you're shooting, while you're auditioning, it's the same deal all the way through. Everyone's waiting all the time.
I told you before we started, I love the show so much. It's so great. It's so cozy. It's amazing. I mean, who doesn't love a fun sitcom, right? You know, a family sitcom. Before we kind of get into your character and everything, what do you think is the appeal of the family sitcom? Is it just kind of the comfort and just the kind of heart and the laugh combination? Like, what do you think the appeal is, Colton?
Yeah. I think you've pretty much got it there. The appeal is that you're able to resonate a lot. People can always find members of their family in these characters of the family sitcoms. So much of the time it's lighthearted and it's funny, but at the same time, when you do get those moments that gotta resonate, they do, because it's in the family and we all kind of get that feeling.
Absolutely. So obviously this is based on, a book based on Mark's life, basically, and I spoke to him at the press day and everything. What did you know about the project when you were auditioning and getting the role playing, Mark's, older brother? Like, what did you know about it? I'm curious about that.
Well, when I got the very first audition, it was still an untitled project. So I had no clue what it was going to be. Happens a lot. You're going in blind, man. You don't know what's going on. You just hold on for the ride. But first time around, had no clue what it was for, but in episode 1, the dinner scene when we're all sitting around, and it's not steak, it's moose meat. How was your first day of school? That was one of the audition scenes. So after reading it's not steak, it's moose meat, even without knowing anything, I was like, I feel like this is a Newfoundland thing. This seems too on the nose to be something else.
Well, it's funny because I'm very interested. I'm sure it's a different perspective, you actually kind of working on things, but like for me, my perspective, I always love the different kind of steps and levels of like a show getting out there. There's always like an announcement, right? And then there's like cast was announced, right? They added this person. There's a poster. There's a release date, right? And then it kind of just like explodes into like, it's out. You know what I mean?
Yes, exactly. You've got a whiteboard calendar here at all times while you're doing work. You're just writing down different dates. 24/7.
But it's so interesting so you mentioned the audition, the moose meat, that's very interesting. I mean, there is a lot happening in that scene, so that doesn't surprise me that much that was like the audition, because it's a good scene, and you kind of, get to know the family a little bit, even though it's like small talk. Did you notice that in the script? I mean, Tim does such an amazing job, but like the small talk in this is so good.
It's so good, and it's so quick, and it's so rooted in what it's actually like to be a Newfoundlander. Yeah. Like that fast pace, always going, talking on top of each other while trying to stuff as much food in your face as you can. Mm-hmm. Like it's perfect. It's Tim and Mark really, really nailed that down.
It obviously, Son of a Critch, and I talked to them about this too. Like, obviously, Son of a Critch wants to be its own thing, and it's a family sitcom and everything. But you look at a lot of family sitcoms in the past that have done really well, like Young Sheldon and Goldbergs and all those. Does it excite you though when you kind of book a project like that, knowing that there is a track history that people enjoy the family sitcom a little bit?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Booking this was something like no else. I'm a huge sitcom fan, like you mentioned, family sitcoms. Like I love the comedy, love the quick pace kind of deal of it. Yeah, but it. Oh my gosh, I lost track. I got too excited. I'm so sorry.
No, but it just excited you because it's what like we love sitcoms on Popternative. We interviewed Michael Schur, who's like one of the writers on The Office, and it was like. And, you know, he created The Good Place and, like, Parks and Rec. And it's just, like... And I asked him, I'm like, there's got to be, like, a formula. He's like, no, there isn't. And I'm like, you can't say that and see your body of work that you've done. Like, there's got to be something.
You got to be doing something right. Yeah, well, it comes down... Like, that kind of thing is a bit of a formula at this point. And then... to have Son of a Critch that is instilled all these stories that actually happened to Mark. He lived them, and he's a hilarious dude, so he was able to put it all into words and then translate that back into people actually doing it. Like, he's got this weird track that he was doing. So yeah, booking it. I got the point. I came back to it. Yeah, so this formula on top of the heart and the realness that these stories hold. Yeah. It gave something that kind of, I feel, pushed it away from other things that can be grouped to.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, was it basically like, you know, the older brother who's sarcastic, but he's there for his brother. He likes bothering his brother. Was that basically kind of what you were told, essentially? Like about the role?
Yeah, how it started. And I mean, it always changes as you go on. Things always change, and this changed a huge amount. But going into it, that was the deal. Kind of the older brother who's really into music and he's cool, but he's got that soft side and he loves his brother and his family. And so it was fun to have that. And then with Mark and Tim being so amazing, and the rest of the producers as well, we had a chance to kind of go off and develop in the way that we wanted to, which is how Mike Jr. ended up the way he is. Yeah, so that was an incredible experience, and I'm very, very grateful for that.
One of my favorite scenes in episode 1 is, you know, your character gives, you know, young Mark a cassette tape of a Poison song.
Yes.
And what kind of music do you listen to, man? I'm just curious about that.
Oh man, basic answer, I know, but everything. Like,
me too.
Big fan of music. Yeah. Oh my gosh, there are going to be different things that hit in different ways. Who am I to try and limit it to one genre?
Yeah, absolutely.
But during this, I got to listen to a lot of like 80s rock, the old 80s music, Poison. Basically, the entire discography of Guitar Hero 3 was in a playlist.
Man, it's funny because I know I've seen, because you're from Sudbury, right?
Yes.
And I believe you are, like, you're a hockey fan, right?
I grew up. I mean, Sudbury is a huge hockey town, so you got to steer into it at some point.
I saw you did a hockey podcast like a while ago.
Yeah.
But the thing is, for me, all the NHL soundtracks. Like,
yes.
Maybe not like a lot of 80s, but like I discovered so many bands through like video game soundtracks. Like, it's nuts,
oh my gosh, absolutely. Early 2000s too, when you had the classic like punk rock, and I don't know how many games do you think like Remember the Name by Fort Minor was in?
So many, but like I remember like, you know, Billy Talent.
And
like there was some Fall Out Boy in there. There was so many, man. It's amazing. Jimmy Eat World. Like there's so many amazing ones. Oh yeah, no, it's
the
amazing.
Middle Bleed American. Oh baby.
Oh yeah, it's so good. It's so freaking awesome. You look at this show and you look at Ginny and Georgia on Netflix. I mean, you have this you've had opportunities to work on some pretty awesome shows with some pretty amazing people. What have learning experiences been for you working on shows like this so far?
It's been amazing. I cannot say enough good things. These two projects have been like no other. And it really is, for me, it comes down to the people that you're working with and the people that you get to meet and form these connections with. And so everyone who worked on Ginny and Georgia, I'm still in touch with. You know, season 2 is in the works. Yep. And then same thing with Son of a Critch, because it was also the first time that I had shot on location out of Ontario.
Yeah.
First time I had done that. So going to Newfoundland, living there for a couple months, you just, without hesitation, first day I was there, I was just welcomed in, and this community of people who were working on this project, Oh my gosh, the love that was put into it every step of the way, the intensity and the drive for it,
Yeah.
it was there all the way through. So it was incredible. It was incredible.
That's amazing to hear. It's pretty cool too how your projects kind of work as a tag team because, you know, like I told you before I started, we did a lot of Ginny Georgia interviews. You know, there's a lot of like Facebook groups and everything, and people were like posting the trailers for like Son of a Critch and being like, Ginny Georgia connection. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh!
Have you ever thought about that at all? Like you're like that because like vehicles of like marketing with different shows you've done like that help each other. That's a cool thing to think about.
That's a great thing to think about, and we were lucky with the fan base that we got with Ginny and Georgia. How supportive people were, and how they've gone off, and now like these crazy fan pages, which I never imagined being on
Netflix,
in my life.
Man. It's Netflix. It's the global. It's Netflix though. It's the global, Netflix. And it's just so quick. I'm freaked out about how quick it is.
Well, that's the thing, because one of the other differences is that Ginny and Georgia dropped all at once, 10 episodes, one go, so you could binge it, and then you knew next day these accounts were up and everything. But for Son of a Critch, we've got a span of 13 weeks until you get the full story.
I love it because it gives you something to look forward to. It's like, oh yeah, Absolutely. Tuesday night, what am I going to do? Son of a Critch on CBC.
Yeah, and in times like this where streaming services are so prevalent and like everything comes on and it's so easy to binge, it's been awesome to just be like, all right, well, nothing I can do. I gotta wait. I have no clue what it's like. You're gonna see it when I see it.
Absolutely, no, for sure. It's interesting how there's literally it's down the middle with like the binging that they drop it all and then the week to week because I feel like it's not. I feel like it's. I watch a lot of different shows. I feel like it's 50-50, man. I don't feel like there's more shows that I binge. Like, I feel like there's a lot of shows I watch, I have to wait week to week, and then there's a lot of shows I binge. I don't think there's, like, one that's more than the other, to be honest with you.
Fair game. Okay,
Yeah.
a little bit everything for everyone.
Absolutely. It's cool, though. I see what you're saying, too, because, like, Mayor of Easttown was one of my favorite shows on HBO with Kate Winslet, and that show was, like, amazing to watch it week to week because like the whole week you're just talking about theories, you know what I mean?
And hyping it up. Well, it's the same thing. My roommates and I are massive Marvel fans. So when the Marvel shows were coming out, that was unreal. Like staying up until 4 a.m. on Wednesday to watch the newest episode and then spending all the next day trying to look at theories and being like, at 36 seconds, this frame was there, which means that it could lead to... And so the week to week is a great way to build that hype and to get everyone on board.
Man, we just did are you watching? Did you watch Hawkeye?
Absolutely.
We did an interview with a few of the members of the Tracksuit Mafia, which was pretty cool.
Amazing. I love those guys.
I know. So awesome. And like they're on my show, they're like, man, we're the bad guys and people love us. He's like, I don't understand it. Which is so great. Before we wrap up, too, the obvious answer to this question is you hope people enjoy it, they have a good time. Diving deep into it a little bit more, Colton, when they get to watch Son of a Critch on CBC, what are you hoping they get out of it specifically?
I'm hoping that everyone gets a chance to feel the love that was put into it and the love of this family. At the same time, I would love for it to be, I guess, not a case study. Case study is not the right word, but to watch it and to pick apart, because it's a very real story and it's things that we've all experienced. Yeah. And the thing is, you can find parts of that in every single character in the show, in the family, in Mark's friends. So just to watch everything and to take away what you will and to leave what you feel you must, and just let it sit, have a good laugh, have a good cry, do whatever you want. I won't tell them how to take in their content, but I will say it's a great show and you should definitely give it a watch.
I love your energy. I love how excited you are about it. I'm also very excited when I do interviews, and I feel like we're just...
It's awesome. We're matching right now. We're going through the roof, baby.
Colton, thank you so much for your time, man. Seriously, this was awesome.
Oh, man, Peter, I can't thank you enough for having me on. This was awesome. Thank you.
No, absolutely. So, Son of a Critch is on CBC now, and where can people follow you on social media to keep up to date with everything?
Instagram, @Coltosaur. And I don't really use... I
love it. I know. It's so good.
Well, why not? Instead of putting like real Coltosaur, you know? It's so fun. Good.
Absolutely. Well, this has been Popternative, youtube.com/Popternative for previous episodes. You're going to be able to catch Colton Gobbo in Son of a Critch on CBC and CBC Gem. Until next time, this is Colton and PD Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.